this is my studio. I call it the Space Cave because there's no entrances and exits except this one. It's kind of in the basement of my house, and it's the end of the basement. So yeah, this is it. I have a lot of vintage synthesizers. Prophet 5 Juno 60, which is Robbie's favorite. This is a Krumar DS1. And then I love the Akais. I did a video on the Akai already. This is the 60. This is the 80, which I'm gonna feature. Korg Poly 6, Yamaha CS30.
With built-in sequencer.
Built-in sequencer. Pretty wild synth. And then up here, I have, this is one of the coolest synths I own. This is a Korg Sigma, made in the late 70s. Has these organ-like buttons. You can see the Korg XY joysticks. They've been around for a long time. This one broke off, but it's still usable. This is a Korg MS-10. This is one of my favorites. It's one of the most simple synthesizers ever made. It's the little brother to the MS-20. Little Fatty. JX3P by Roland. This is amazing. I can't believe these are as cheap as they are. Yep. These are a steal. This is an old Vermona piano string synthesizer. Not super diverse in its sound, but what it does do is pretty cool. I'm sure I'll eventually get to showing this one. Down here is a DX21. Some FM synthesizer. It's less complex than the DX7, which is right here. But I find I'm actually using the DX21 more. It's a little easier to edit. Here's the famous Juno 106, one of my favorites. I took off the boring ends and ordered these aluminum ones, which I like. I would have preferred wood, but these are so cool because it makes the synth smaller.
Very sleek.
Yeah, super sleek. And this is a sleeper synth, the JX8P, which doesn't get a good rap a lot of the times. I'm finding once I got this programmer, it opened it up, and this thing is crazy cool. I've gotten some wild sounds that I haven't been able to get out of other polys similar to that. And then the famous SH101. Both Robbie and I have one of these. That's one of the coolest synths ever made. Here's a newer one. This is the Mother 32 by Moog. I've been testing that out. And then over here, this is the Poly 800 rack version called the EX800 by Korg. These mods make it way more fun. I've gotten some really cool sounds out of this guy. Then just some others. Got the King Korg, Mofo, ARP. Someone told me this toy piano is called a Nickelodeon. But if that's what someone said. I don't know if I believe it. And then
we'll fact check it.
Yeah. So here's some old here's a graphic EQ. Oh, here's a 707. That's a classic drum machine. Here's some old reverbs, Lexicon, Realistic. These are some Pioneer spring reverbs. I learned that the Beastie Boys made this Pioneer. It's called the SRS 202 or something like that. They made this famous. This was used for like home record systems to add reverb to records, but they used it on drums and pretty fun to use. Over here, I've got the Roland Chorus Echo, which is an incredible machine. It's got chorus, delay, sound on sound delay, and then reverb. There's an EQ over here to brighten or darken the delays. Another one that I love is this guy. This is the EC20. The guy who invented Roland, this was his first company. The company was called Acetone, and this was before the Space Echo, so it's kind of the granddad to the Space Echo. And I'm sure we'll be featuring that on later episodes.
And it has cool sliders instead of knobs.
Yeah, really cool sliders. This is awesome. These are really rare. I read Dave Smith said there's only a couple hundred out there. This is the sequencer specific to the Prophet 5. There we go. Probably too slow on the filter. Oh, one thing that I do a lot is I run lines through tape, and then you can warble it by just slowly, speeding it up or down. And then I have some, the LA2A, some distressors, API 2500. I mean, this stuff is really cool to run stuff through.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
What's this? We haven't been through this yet.
Yeah. These are some newer things I've picked up recently. This is one of the first pitch shifters. This is the Verispeech Model 26 by Lexicon. The 27 is more common with a couple more features. This one's more rare. It's the first one, but there's a lot of kind of fuzz and static involved, which makes it sound cooler in my opinion.
Yeah, lots of character.
This is a Roland bass guitar preamp. I use it on guitar as well, but this compressor is where it's all at. It makes it super snappy. There's a EQ right there, and then the DoD dual delay. Robbie has one of those too.
Yeah.
Here's the Oberheim 6R. Awesome synth. I use on quite a bit of my new Shack recordings. And then just a couple old reverbs, delays, sound processors. I use this exciter a lot to make the drums and bass fatter, thicker, and punchier without increasing the volume in the mix. This is one of my favorites. This is kind of a rare synth. This is called the Suzuki EX500 or SX500. This is made by a company called Seal. SIEL is an Italian company, and they made the expander, the EX80. Suzuki bought them or something, and literally just put their logo on this where it would have said Seal EX80. So it's the same thing. I think the Suzuki's a little more rare, but this is awesome. Awesome synth. Here's the pulse width. Check this out. Here's nothing.
Oh yeah. Gotta have it.
Throw some LFO on it.
Hey you, what's the story? Where you been? Where are you now? Are you around? And how do you feel about me and all the things that my mouth unfortunately spit out? For the last time that I let you down. Who do you feel?
Over here, I've got a Roland Spring Reverb, and then a Roland. This is called the DC50. It's a chorus and a hall echo. You can't do them at the same time, but I found use for both. It's a pretty cool unit. Down here I have the Sans amp for the bass, Axe Effects, which models guitar amps and pedals and cabs and all that stuff. Here's the Lexicon voice processor. Here's some old pedals. One of the first Memory Mans. An old flanger, which I've been inspired by Robbie to get both of those. Really cool stuff comes from this guy. And then just, got the Moog low pass filter and the phaser. I use those in tandem in a chain quite often. This is my favorite guitar, Music Man. It was the model that St. Vincent used to use. This Honda bass I got from my friend Stu. This is like a precision bass made in Japan. There were lawsuits, so they had to stop production, but this is basically a jazz P bass. Or a Fender P bass, sorry. And this guy sounds incredible. This guy's pretty funny.
So it has nylon strings actually on it.
So you can change the sound. Yeah, so let me change. This is a distorted guitar. This is a acoustic guitar. If you can't tell. Electric guitar. Shamisen. Yeah, pretty sweet.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty thorough tour of the studio.
Yeah.